Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming to Deb Chanel's 48's World, where we do soap opera reviews. Thank you for coming to my channel, subscribing to my channel, or just taking a look at a few or a lot of videos. Thank you for liking, sharing, and commenting on my videos, especially the soap opera ones that I do, as well as the reality shows and just informative information segments that I put out for our human interest stories, as well as celebrity corner news. But anywho, thanks. Thanks also for sharing me on your Facebook, your Instagram, Twitter accounts, Snapchat, and anything else such as that. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so and tell many of your friends as well as your family members. And also try to leave a comment for me on whatever show I'm reviewing, whether it's soap operas, whether it's human interest stories, or whether it's reality shows that I do. Your comments are always appreciated. And I try to reply to them as soon as I possibly can on each given particular video I upload. So let's go on and get into the Bold and the Beautiful that aired on June 24th, or was it 25th? What is the day? Today's Sunday, right? 26th, 25th. Yeah, the 24th of June, 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, my time zone. Basically, the summary that they give us for this particular episode was Caroline takes control of a heated situation and announces her solution to Thomas and Ridge. Then we have Steffi is stuck in the middle with Wyatt and Liam. Each one wants her support for their proposed business plan. Okay, we go recapping off of Thursday's episode. We go to where Caroline is explaining to Ridge the truth needs to come out. Okay? That's pretty much what's the gist of it all. They're still fighting on whether they need to hold a secret, which is what Ridge is wanting them to do, or bring out the secret and expose Ridge for such the liar he is, and manipulator as well. So they can pretty much get to dethroning him off of being the CEO and main point person for the organization within itself. So we go to first scene of the day was Katie and Brooke are having a small chit chat conversation over her house. I don't know how Brooke got over there, but maybe she was going over there just to visit, see how sister was doing. And they go into making a little small chit chat talk about Ridge and his involvement of being deceitful and deceitful towards faking as Thomas's baby as his own. And then all that mess came out, and of course Katie was the catalyst of bringing it all out, but just holding those secrets in. And then she goes to get Brooke's interpretation of what she feels, what was going on and what happened, and the comings and goings and stuff of that nature. We leave them for a little bit. We go to Lim and Wyatt and Bill. They're still going over the whole thing about starting a foundation and this, that, and the other. Lim is just saying how some of the proceeds wouldn't really affect their bottom line if they just look at it. The figures that he got, but of course Wyatt and Bill shot them down. They want to keep their money as is. They don't want nobody to partake of anything unless they want to decide to, donate to a particular charity of choice. But Liam is saying, no, we need to do it on a global scale, international scale. And they're like looking at him like he's crazy. We go to Wyatt. Wyatt is wanting Steffi to weigh on the situation because she comes in over there to Spencer Publications to visit Wyatt and see what he's doing and probably have lunch or something together. Who knows? Because she was just over at her family's company talking to Caroline, and they were just swapping stories here and there. So basically, she walks in on a big old mess, and Liam wants her perspective. And she don't want to take his side altogether, but she says his idea is a brilliant one. And they do similar same thing about reaching out to the community at Forster Creations. And they have their own foundation. Of course, the thing that Stephanie Forster has started with the homeless community. So, yeah, they do give back. And Bill was weighing in on the subject. Yeah, yada, yada, yada. He wants the money to stay exactly where it is. That other corporations, put their neck on the line, but he still want to make that dollar. That's why his name is called Dollar Bill. Okay. We go from that situation. We have Katie. She's going over Thomas, Caroline, and Baby Douglas. The debacleness, the whole mess about that with Brooke again. And the whole thing is to basically shut Ridge out and him having someone to go to. So we leave that situation. We go back to where Thomas is asking Ridge to just look at how the secret is tearing up his wife and how negatively it's affecting her health and her in general. And Ridge is telling Caroline to not give up on them, fight it, let's hold that lie together because, I stand to lose a lot, my family. And basically he ain't telling her he looking at the business aspect as well. And it's all just a hot mess. But then we go to commercial, we come back, we have Bill telling Liam to start his own company as far as a foundation, but leave his money out of it. He can work on it, on his off time, which is evenings and on the weekend. But from 9 to 5, he want him on Spencer time, doing Spencer business, and that's all he got to say about it. Bill gets a phone call. He just tell everybody to, keep doing what they're doing, have the ship be in the ocean going, at exact speed, and let's toe the line and let's keep everything copacetic. He don't want no changes nowhere. So he leave his boys to fuss and do whatever they got to do, and he goes on, and I don't know where he's going. But he leaves the office, and he just leaves Wyatt, Steffi, and Liam to fend for themselves or keep hashing it out. But he ain't got nothing else to say about it. Wyatt said he wants him at the company. He said, I was just teasing you when I said you need to go, and get you another company to work for. I was just playing. I don't really mean that. Lance, I know you were just joking. It's all good, but that's okay. I am going to start my own foundation. Then you and Dad going to see that y'all were wrong. But, it's neither here nor there. We go to back to Caroline and Thomas and Ridge. Caroline said we have to publicly announce to everyone that Thomas is the father of baby Douglas. We need to, correct that lie, Ridge. And, of course, Ridge is in the background saying, he want to keep that lie alive as long as he can, because that's going to really cause him some scandal, some public, very much so, public embarrassment. And he ain't trying to hear that. Okay, so we go to Katie over at her house again with Brooke. Katie wants Brooke to tell Ridge to give up Caroline so Thomas can, start a family with, his baby's mama. And if they slept together, they must have some feelings together. And she's, they need to raise their baby together. And she pretty much tells Brooke to talk to Ridge about stepping aside. And Brooke said, I ain't finna do that. That's not gonna be me. But then she's also like trying to figure out why Brooke is so happy and who's the man. And since she won't come out and tell her, what's going on with that situation, she just bluntly asks her herself, are you and Ridge seeing each other behind my back and this, that, and that, and you ain't tell nobody? I think it's great. And she's like, no, it's not Ridge. So we leave that situation. We go back. Wyatt gets a phone call and excuses himself this time because he says he got to go ask a question. Can you check on my mail? Can you check my? He said, what now? Turn it down. What you say? About some water? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. But anyway, Wyatt gets a phone call. He excuses himself and leaves Steffi and Liam together in the office or their dad's office to, talk to each other for a few minutes till he can get back. And, I don't know if that's a wise thing to do, Wyatt, but, each his own. Wyatt exits the office. Then we go to where Liam is telling Stephanie he really is thinking about starting his own foundation because he wants to make a change in, the community. And he just don't understand why, his dad and his brother just so against it. But that's okay. He said he needs the distraction anyway to start it up because, he's still thinking about them and what was taken from them. And he just needs the distraction. So trying to start a foundation at the ground floor is going to take a lot of his time. It's going to fill a lot of his moments where he wants to be with her and he don't want nobody else in his life that's female. That would be a good distraction for him. So we leave that situation. We go back to where Caroline is talking to Ridge, and Thomas is, looking over everything. Caroline is telling Ridge she's exhausted. She can't take it anymore. We can't keep this secret hidden anymore. First, it was just between the three of us. Then Katie got in it. Then Katie brought Brooke and Bill in it. And then, it's just getting it's just getting too much. And I can't take it. We might just go and tell everybody. And then I could sleep better at night. Oh, and then Caroline is begging Ridge to allow the truth to come out. Finally, Ridge is, she goes on to tell Ridge that she was not raped. She was not this, that, and the other. She really thought that they were over. She had some, took some pills or whatnot to get her to go to sleep. And then Thomas came over. They were a little woozy, but both of them were consenting adults. And, now Ridge is getting a very good viewpoint of the whole scenario, because in his mind he has made it to the fact that Thomas had taken advantage of Caroline in the situation, that she wasn't in her right mind when, they slept together and stuff. But Caroline is, definitely giving her emotions to Ridge where he can definitely understand it. She's not holding back anymore. She's saying, yes, let myself be free to be lustful, entertained with Thomas. And one thing led to another, and we consented to having sex. We knew exactly where it was going, and we both were yearning for each other, and that's pretty much where it was. And she's getting so emotional and crying and all this, but at least that truth is out. So now Ridge sees that when he told her he didn't want her no more, she moved on quickly, just like Steffi moved on quickly with Wyatt, not even thinking or hesitating to just give people time to resolve their issues. And damn, at least a month or so, what I'm saying? For Katie and Bridge. Steffi could have waited a year before she called herself getting married. She could have just been dating wide, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But he finally got the gist of the matter, that it was consensual. It's no forced sex, no rape, no nothing. He just had to bite that bullet and go on and deal with it, or don't deal with it. Let them be the happy family of three, and you exit out, Ridge. Or go back to Paris or do whatever. Then we go back from their situation. We go to Katie. Katie, assuming it's Ridge that's making her sister Brooke happy. Brooke says, no, it's not. It's not Ridge. Katie then assumes it must be somebody else. And her mind is telling her something. Her heart is telling her something. And she goes on to say, are you still fiending for my husband, Bill? And of course, Brooke denies it. We go to commercial. We come back. We're on Liam. Liam is telling Steffi, this will be, good money. This would be money designated to a good cause. It's helping others. Liam is daydreaming now, and he's thinking Stephen is so close to him and understanding the whole foundation of what he wants. And he's saying, it's just to get my mind off of you, because I know you still love me, I still love you. And then he just in his days until Steffi brings him out of it, and he comes back to reality, and he see what he was going through in his mind was actually fictitious. He was daydreaming, and Steffi was around across from the room at Bill Spencer's desk. So, whoo, I tell you, Lim is just something else. So we leave that situation. We go to Caroline. Caroline tells Thomas that he needs to be known as Douglas's father. I mean, Douglas's son. So he's the father of Douglas, baby Douglas. It needs to be rewritten, and documents need to be changed, and that's her final answer to this debacleness, and that's what she's gonna stick by. So she pretty much sided with Thomas on this. He had to set it out there and not back down for her to get on the bandwagon and tear Ridge ass totally down from the top to the bottom. Just strip him butt naked, and let him just see how such a fool he was from beginning to end. So Caroline is finally getting Ridge told about that night, what really happened that night. She thanks Ridge for wanting to protect her, but she don't need no protection from his son Thomas, because he didn't do anything. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm trying to cook Sunday dinner as well as to tell this story about these bold and the beautifuls. Okay, and so like I said, she goes in and telling the truth, and then he's still sitting looking like a fool. But he actually comes to reality and grips the reality of the part that he played in it, and all the confusion that led up to Caroline and Thomas falling in each other's arms. and, you know, creating a baby that night. So Caroline was a slut that night. He finally picks up Douglas out of the crib because, you know, baby Douglas start crying. He goes on for everybody to hear in the room, which is Thomas and Caroline, that he's sorry for he's talking to baby Douglas while he got him cradled in his arms, saying he's sorry for stripping you of your real father. I'm not your father. I'm not going to play like I'm your father anymore. I'm going to turn you over so you and your dad can have the time. I can't give you back the time with your dad, but in a sense, you were with your dad when he was playing the role as your brother. So please forgive me. He hands the child on over to Thomas, pretty much well fitting. You know, I don't know if Rich gonna go crazy after this, but it is what it is. Then he finally realized Thomas didn't rape Caroline or force her in any way. She wanted to sleep with Thomas, and Thomas wanted to sleep with her. It's consensual. So he's wrapping that all around his little nuggum at the time. So then we go to the last and final scene, which is Katie is getting into Brooke's ass again. She's breaking down, y'all. She getting in that ass real good. And I was here for the writers for finally putting it out there. Okay. Katie's saying, you know, my spider senses are tingling again. Every time I get around you and I bring up the subject, I just cannot shake the feeling that something is going wrong. Something is going on. She said, are you sleeping with my husband, Brooke? Just going to put it out there for her. Kate, you know, and honestly, she can't say no on that subject. She said, well, let me get a little bit more detail. Has he made any unwanted gestures or not appropriate gestures towards you by him still being a married man? She ain't saying that, y'all, but she looking suspect. And Katie was pretty much like, you gonna tell me this day, have he kissed you? Have he hugged you? Have he embraced you? Everything that could have been said was said. I'm like, well, I'm here for you, Katie. Go on and do that darn thing. You ain't leaving her no wiggle room to come out nowhere. You pretty much sold her up in a square box where she cannot get out from under your grass or out the door unless you let her out. But yeah, I mean, you asked some very poignant questions, like, was he doing stuff he wasn't supposed to be doing that a married man shouldn't be doing? Yes, he was. He was kissing on her, done put her in a bedroom scene, done doggone changed the, what do you call it? His little office from a gym to, you know, a bed of debauchery and everything, honey. You need to go on over there to his office and see what he done did, because he sure ain't invited you to partake of it. So yes, he's doing the nasty all day, every day with Brooke, especially in his mind, honey. He getting it all in. And I'm like, whoop, and Liam was there for it. Now, when that little tea get out, that is going to be some mess right there. Because Bill morals are not the morals he lived by. He even told that shit to Brooke on Thursday episode. He said, "The hell with honor. I want what I want and I want you." But Brooke should have let him told Katie when they definitely had the chance. They should have shut that shit down. She was talking about you know, her wanting her family. She was just running her mouth. She wasn't really serious. You know, she gave him the pass, you know, to let go and let have. You know, if that's who you want, fine. Stand in your shit, Katie. Don't be backpedaling and all that stuff, trying to take shit back. You know, your emotions are your emotions, but you're going to have to deal with them on your own. Can't no man or woman help you with that. If Bill don't want you, damn, go. Let him go. You know what I'm saying? Let him go, honey. Let him be free like the birds. But don't take his ass back, because he done been backtracking just too much. You done had your cootie cat, his cootie cat. And, you know, it's just not right. Let have and let go, child. But I can't wait. I can't wait until Monday at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time to see. And they better come on with it. You hear what I'm saying? They better come on with that storyline before they get to another storyline and make us wait another couple of days. I ain't with that. I want to see. Even though I know Brooke gonna try to get out of it. But like Katie said, her gut feeling ain't set her wrong. Yes. Every time Bill Spencer and her are together, that is some shit, okay? And this newfound idea of him being happy-go-lucky these last couple of days, Yes, sir. And she knows she ain't been giving up the goodies, and he probably ain't been wanting to give up the goodies. But he's acting this newfound relief on life and all of this, and she running around here, footloose and fancy free, and all of this. Yes, Lord. Katie, you don't hit struck gold, honey. Struck gold. Keep with your women's intuition. You keep on doing you and separate yourself from that madness that your sister Brooke needs. And you're right. She the one that is the addict. She the one that needs to have a man. And even though when she know the man is not free, she still inserts herself. So yeah, you got it going on, honey. You understand your emotions and you have good perception. So my suggestion to you and the storyline people, the writers, give Katie a man that she can definitely have for herself with no involvement and no interruptions. I am so tired of this storyline where y'all have her acting like she's crazy as a bed bug and, gonna harm herself and take so much from her. That's too much. Her morals and values are on point. Okay? Yes, she slept with Ridge way back in the day, but Brooke, there's no competition on that piece of information. She don't slept with everybody and then some. So thank you, writers, for bringing this to pass. And please end this storyline and give them something else to be biting their nails on. Give us more meat and potatoes. Because y'all had us on a salad diet of water, and rice cakes. And it's time for y'all to feed us like we need to have, some good times instead of all this fake foolery fuck shit y'all been giving us lately. Okay, well, that was definitely my spiel. Bold and Beautiful. Look forward to entertaining y'all again soon, which is in Monday, the 27th. Uh, and I'll see you then, guys. Blessings and have a nice Sunday evening. Bye bye.